Thousands of students are moving into their new apartments this week. An exciting time for most, but it can be a nightmare for others.
A tip to KXAN's Reported Line told us about two blind ACC students. They're living at the Ballpark West Apartments just off East Riverside, and they say they're having real problems tonight.
KXAN's David Scott reports they don't need their sight to sense something is very wrong.
It really seems like they're taking advantage.
They put you in before it was ready.
Yes.
And they refused to assign us to a different unit.
Jerry Matheny and Sabra Ewing have been blind since birth, but say they can smell a rat. They invited us for look-see. Their toilet was just fixed an hour ago. A urine-stained carpet pulled out. We could not coax water out of the shower. The stove gives off smoke. A smoke detector is missing. Rotten food just removed from their freezer. Mold everywhere.
They thought that because that we were blind, we wouldn't notice the condition that the place was in, and that they thought that we wouldn't be able to do anything about it. They could get away with it.
And still, no couch, tables, chair, and entertainment center furnishings promised in the lease. They cannot get a manager on the phone. But during last Sunday's move-in,
He did say that to my dad. I remember, he specifically said, "What does it matter? They're blind. They won't notice that the apartment isn't ready."
This is a manager telling your dad that.
Yes.
and Ballpark West did not provide the location they asked for, near the Disabilities bus stop out front.
They basically made us about as far away from the bus stop as you could get, rather than, taking our information into account.
And the worst part is that to make us close to a bus stop, all they have to do is just unlock the gate.
This gate is just yards from Jerry and Sabra's apartment, but the complex keeps it locked.
So Jerry and Sabra walk the long way around, without sidewalks, through the parking lot. Or they call for a pricey personal ride service.
Yes.
An apartment supervisor telling me off camera would only say that Asset Campus Housing just acquired Ballpark West Apartments and that renovations are coming. In the meantime, Jerry and Sabra and a third roommate are paying a combined $1,350 a month for rent. David Scott, KXAN News.
Well, what if you have an issue? You want a little help on this? Where do you turn? The Austin Tenants Council will work on your behalf. If you're having problems with your landlords, a few things to remember. There is no buyer's remorse law for leases here in Texas. You sign it, you're on the hook. Unless a court rules otherwise, your lease is in effect. You simply can't move out if a landlord fails to meet obligations. Likewise, don't try withholding your rent if repairs aren't made. That's seen as retaliation, and it could cost you if there's a legal battle. And no matter what, read what you sign. Get everything in writing. Just because a landlord or tenant agree to something between each other, those verbal agreements usually are not enforceable.